We're covering everything from season 2, episode 1 of Paradise. We've got a new story, new characters, and a connection to season 1. We're going to discuss all that and more on an all-new episode of Unbinged, starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, the podcast where we break down the shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown. I got Jagger, May, and Matt Kopfhamer with me. We're going to discuss everything from season 2, episode 1 of Paradise. But first, let's get the spoiler warning.
This is your one warning that we're about to spoil Paradise. So, just go watch the stuff.
Guys, like I mentioned, we got new story, new characters, almost nothing attached to season 1 except for something later. Was this the right move for them to just go like totally new characters?
I personally, granted they dropped 3 at a time. I've only watched the one because we don't like to record these things knowing what's going to happen ahead of time. I would have hated this if this would have been the opener, then I would have had to wait a week. This shit gives me the ick. It's not just the new character thing that bothered me. It's opening up with a love story, like, come on, bro. I'm not here
Jag
for
hates
that.
himself anything with heart. No love, no heart. Get it out of here.
Who cares,
I want the murder
dude?
in action. I feel like there's going to be a reason why it matters.
I get it. Here's what I'm saying. If you're going to start me with the new character, make it interesting. Her falling in love and getting pregnant is not interesting for me for an entire hour.
Oh, I'll
not,
push back.
dog.
But Koff, I want to hear what you think. What about this opening episode?
There's a part of me that agrees with Jag where it's like, well, this is kind of a whiplash effect where it's like, I had just finished season 1, so I was expecting a little bit more of season 1 story to start the second season. And instead they gave us almost how in season 1 of The Last of Us, they gave us the Bill episode, but that was episode 3. So I wonder if they almost jumped the gun on this episode. If they had made this episode 2 or 3 of season 2, maybe it would have landed a little bit better. I liked seeing the other perspective, though, outside of the Paradise City, of seeing what it meant to survive inside of this 3-year period after the event or the massive mega volcano eruption. So from that perspective, I was intrigued by it. Seeing her lose Gale and then gain a new community and then have that interim of 3 years of isolation, I thought was a smart move. But again, I wonder if they almost jumped the gun of having this as the start of the second season instead of episode 2 or 3. But again, maybe we'll see in the next couple of episodes why they did this.
Yes. I mean, obviously there's going to be a reason why they did it. Annie Clay, our character played by Shailene Woodley, is obviously going to be a very important character for them to open the gates with her, right? I do kind of agree with you, Koff, though. This probably would have been a better second episode. I think the upcoming episode that we're going to get called Mayday, all about Xavier and how he ends up where he is right now at the end of this episode, probably should have been our first episode.
Right.
Bring out Xavier, have your connective tissue from season 1, and then this random person finds him. Well, let's do the throwback to her. I will say, despite the timing, though. Sorry, go Jag.
No, go ahead, Alfredo. You go.
Oh no, 'cause I'm gonna dive more into like why I liked it. So I want to hear the more about like the timing of it all.
Yeah, because that's when I spoke harshly and honestly, I guess, like early, that was my problem. When I say I don't care, like I don't.
Sorry,
I find
I love when I spoke harshly and honestly. I guess I just won't be honest anymore.
No.
That was the most like it was the most passive aggressive wife thing. It's like I guess I just won't tell the truth anymore.
Since you can't seem to handle it.
And I don't mean that for all wives. I just I guess I'll just shut up for the rest of the podcast.
For me, I hate feel good stuff as a gimmick. Like, you losing your mom to cancer, becoming a failed doctor in the apocalypse, and then you getting pregnant. That is inherently sad. That is not good writing. That's just a sad story you wrote down on paper. And good writing is placing that strategically to where you've set up a mystery to like, I don't know, why is she pregnant? Why is she going west? What are all these things? Because clearly we're going to get a reason for Xavier not only to find his wife, but he needs to hurry back to Paradise City because there's people there that are going to crack that fucker open, and I'm sure that they're not going to be very nice when that happens.
I'll say this, it's almost the opposite of what season 1 was, whereas they kind of gave you the ending and then would go backwards. This, they gave you an intro and they're going forward, which I can almost allow that because it's so different, because we're in the outside world, because we're in, and honestly, I wonder if that's on purpose, is almost everything from the outside world is going in the proper direction, whereas everything from inside of the paradise bubble was going in the reverse direction because it was breaking that illusion of the paradise. Whereas this is like, hey, we're already in the shit. And I understand this is sad. I don't necessarily think I needed some sort of mystery as to why she's pregnant or why she's going a certain direction, because I do think the show will give us more of that. What I did like from this, and the reason why I think it did resonate with me, is we finally got that look into what it was like for everyone outside and the emotional toll that she went through. Whereas, like, we're really feeling for Xavier and all these other characters that are inside this beautiful paradise bubble. And really, we kind of just stopped thinking of what was out there. We're just like, oh, okay, there's people out there. He's got to go find his wife. This was the first time we went back out there and we're like, oh shit, there's a lot more people that have survived through this whole thing.
And I won't discredit that element, because that's why I think that should have stayed in. The other half of the episode should have been almost anything else, I guess. And here's my example of it. Sinatra, the episode that we got. I think that was in episode 3 where you realize that Sinatra is just a person who is driven insane by grief, essentially. And we finally got to where she is as a person after like 3 episodes, where I'm intrigued. I want to know more. Popping Shailene Woodley on there and then giving me a sad story, I immediately give the ick, because I think you're trying to sell me something. Like, here's a star. Won't you give me a tear and more views? Like, that's my own personal bias I'm leaking in. And I'm sorry, guys, but that's
besides the timing, though. I did enjoy the episode. I thought it was smart of them to show us the people surviving, but B, they kind of did a little bait and switch with when the group of guys kind of crashed her Elvis pad, and it's like Link and the gang, and you're like, oh great, here comes Marauder, she's gonna have to fight him off, or she's gonna get attacked. And instead they do the thing where it's like, no, we're here to restart the world and we're the good guys. And so I wonder when that's gonna get,
I'm not gonna say they could have been like a little nicer about it.
Well, they didn't expect anybody to be there.
When does hiding under the bed ever work?
Yeah, they were, but again, that was a little bit of a,
it worked when I was a kid, dude. I have not got killed by one boogeyman ever. So,
track record spotless.
Not yet. Not yet.
But what I really liked was when Link and her finally get together. It doesn't immediately go to kiss and then fuck. It was, they had that moment where they just hold each other, and you can tell that there's been literal years of isolation, and having that genuine human moment of intimacy, I thought was really well done. Maybe it's just a cheap trick, Jag, and they're just trying to pull the emotional tearjerkers. It worked on me, I guess. Maybe I'm just a sucker, but I like that little moment of humanity in the episode. And then going back into, we get a little glimpse into this group's dynamic and what their goal is. They want to not only crack open the bunker, but they're going after someone in the bunker named Alex. And I don't remember anyone from season 1 named Alex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there?
Hold on.
Oh.
No, and I want to get into all that. Before we do that, Coffee, you gave us the whole episode recap in one monologue, my brother. That was a great job. But before we do that, I want to hop into that. Guys, if you're enjoying this episode, please take a sec to like this video, comment down below. We're going to have all the episodes of Paradise for you here on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify, where we're going to be breaking down every single one of them. We're going to be doing the first 3 episodes individually. And then after that, you're going to find all of our episodes in our premium subscription, whether you're on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify. That's where you will be able to find the rest of this season, where we're going to break down every single episode. If you want more of this content totally free, we are covering The Pit on HBO Max as well. That's going to be every Thursday after it airs on the streaming app, and we're going to be here on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify as well. And then every Tuesday, we're giving you our biggest headlines and entertainment. By the way, our premium subscription content is going to have more stuff where we're covering stuff like One Battle After Another, Sinners, a bunch of other new shows we're going to be adding to the catalog there. So you're going to have a lot of bonus content from us in that premium subscription. All right, Koff, you mentioned that this group with Link, and I want to break down the group really quick here, because their whole job is to go around and they're trying to shut down these chemical plants safely, right? I wonder, could there be more to that I'm sorry?
Nuclear power plants, not just chemical
Nuclear
plants.
plants, like
Nuclear
they're
plants, not
because
not
that
chemical. Okay.
So they saw a
that,
chemical
that's
plant
actually.
explode.
I'll let you go, Cough, because or excuse me, Alfredo, because I have details that I did like.
Go cough, go.
Oh, sorry. So we see a chemical plant explode that Annie and Gail are watching in the distance. It's the power plants that the group is trying to shut down.
That was it? Yeah, like I knew that. I thought you were going to give us something more.
There's
Yeah.
a difference between a chemical plant and a power plant.
was-
You're like, we're gonna yell at it in the comments. Trust me.
My
Actually-
bad. I didn't realize our audience was Homer Simpson and they all work at them. I had no idea, man.
That is actually the big knock that some people have nuclear energy, even though it's technically cleaner and probably more economical for us to shift there. If anything would happen to humanity, that we would actually effectively ruin the earth just because nothing would survive after multiple nuclear meltdowns. It would be multiple Chernobyls all over the world. So that is a huge factor. And like, those are some of the details I liked of here, because like the other little thing that I liked, and this is going to sound nuts, Shailene
Yes,
Woodley's
you caught that
armpits.
too.
I know
Yes.
that's fucking nuts.
Thank you.
Yes, they were unshaved, man. Like, you're in an apocalypse. Like, most of the time when you see these women, like, they look straight out the fucking bikini wax thing. And like, and I'm not, this isn't a kink. I'm just saying that like, this is
Sounds like a
actual
kink.
real detail to an apocalypse. I shave my own armpits, Alfredo. You know that this isn't a kink for me. It was just like, enjoying.
It was just a
Like, what's
small
different? I
visual
don't know.
detail that builds the world more realistically. And I agree. When I saw that, I was like, damn, they actually thought about that, and they actually included that. So I thought that was really, really smart.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the things that like stood out to me was Link mentioning to her, after 3 years, things out there aren't as bad as you think. And it was interesting because he kind of sounded like he was talking out of both sides of his mouth, where he's like, it's not that bad, but like also don't go over there to Arkansas. And there's going to be these bad pockets. And so, sorry, Jack.
He's not wrong,
Jack's
but
like, why do you say fuck me for?
What do you say fuck me for? Actually, you're right.
come to
You're
Arkansas.
100% right. Don't come over here, partner. Don't even come over here pre-apocalypse.
Cough, we know, man. If Florida even like remotely survived, that's just a bad
Florida's
pocket
a bad pocket
itself.
no matter what happened.
We know.
It did.
Y'all
It
the
definitely
first to
didn't
go.
survive. It's the new city of Atlantis. Like it didn't make it.
You guys are one glacier away from being
much.
gone.
Though,
We're like one polar bear moving from
maybe
it
I
being
just
over.
didn't maybe I didn't catch the details right, but was it me or did they show like day 680 something and then the group breaks into the Elvis house, which that's less than 2 years. That's less than 2 years.
639.
So
I
how?
think.
689
that's
days
where
later.
I'm getting a little
One
confused
digit off.
timeline wise, because they keep mentioning 3 years have passed, but then if they go by the 689 days, that's less than 2 years. So the timeline for me is a little fucked.
I didn't hear 3. Maybe that's just me not paying enough attention, but I did write down
Because
689
Link
days
mentions
later.
3 years, and then we've seen in season 1, Xavier and several characters have mentioned 3
Mentions
years
3
since
years
the
in what
events
context?
that ended the world. And like they've been in the bunker in Colorado for 3 years. And now this one, Link mentions, even after 3 years, it's not as bad as you think out there. So again, they keep mentioning 3 years, but then they showed
Either that's a mistake or there's a context clue
maybe
missing.
I missed something. Again, I watched it at 3 a.m., so I could have missed something in my tiredness. I was wondering if you guys caught anything about that.
Yeah,
No, I pretty much was like, I thought it was the right timeline for everything on there. I mean,
I took the letters on the screen at face value, and it's like, hey, 689 days later. I was like, bet, I believe you.
I didn't even do the math to divide if that was exactly 3 years. Cause
I'm over here like, that sounds right.
yeah.
We have about a little over 200 days per year.
I was like,
Oh boy.
This is why we need Sam
Boy, oh
for these
boy.
episodes. Samantha's got to be here. Like,
365 is 1 year.
she never shows up for the big shows, man.
I did the math. Someone's wrong.
By the way, did you guys catch? We got a cool cameo here. It looks like it's only gonna be one episode. Did you guys notice who the chef was?
Timothy
Here?
Amundsen.
Yes,
my boy
I wrote it down.
Lassiter. Yes.
Let's go. I
Yes.
saw that. He's apparently done a couple episodes of This Is Us, and he had a stroke back in 2017, which is why you haven't seen him since Psych. Like he's done a few things since Psych, and he like recovered it was a very traumatic recovery. He did a couple of episodes of This Is Us with Sterling K. Brown, and what I noticed is that our upcoming actor for Alex was also in This Is Us. So we're getting a lot of This Is Us alumni.
Was it like Milo Ventimiglia or something like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying not to give anything away as to who it is. It's not going to be a name or face that you recognize, but they will be coming up soon. Because I had to look it up too when they mentioned we're going to go to the bunker. We got to kill Alex. That cough, I think you were pulling at the right string there. And something that this show does really well is it always just, I think it always gives me the sharp left turn. Every time I think I know what direction they're going, I've got no fucking idea.
Yeah, and actually, to put this all together, Dan Fogelman, writer and creator, was the creator of This Is Us and writer. So
There's that connection.
No wonder why he gave us that fucking mushy ass episode to start off with. He had to squeeze that one off somewhere.
Jack's like, next episode we're getting Mandy Moore.
You want to see me crash out? Give me Mandy Moore. Actually, I'm fine with Mandy Moore as an actor. Just don't give me This Is Us. That was a clear like Leo moment for me, because like if you guys watch Psych out there, if you're a Psycho, like we are a deep fan base.
Yes.
We are many. There are dozens of us. We will bite you straight at the ankles.
We're like
if
the
you make
Grint
fun of
grunts,
us.
loud and proud.
Loud and proud, baby, right here.
We've seen like 4
Have you ever seen
episodes.
Psych?
And you stopped?
Wasn't for me. Wasn't for me.
Get on it. Get on it, man. I will say this. Something that I noticed from this episode, they did a good job of utilizing the Elvis songs, but something that I've noticed... okay, Jag. Fuck.
Wait,
I know, man. I'm sorry. I'm incorrigible. I'm very
Before we get-
insufferable. I'm sorry. I'll be fine.
Me literally speaks, Jag. Scoff.
before we jump into the songs themselves, can we talk about the connection between Annie and Xavier's wife, Terry, being both like Elvis fanatics?
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that's going to come into play later on in the season, where
Let's hear it.
when they go to find Terry, or I don't know, maybe there's going to be something that Xavier has to build trust with Annie, and their connection through Elvis is going to be what does it. I don't know. It seemed at first I was like, why the hell are we going with the Elvis tour guy? And then it clicked. I was like, oh right, Xavier's wife.
This
Right.
show doesn't do anything
And
by
it-
coincidence.
I'm trying to figure out what the connection's going to be.
That's what I was
Because
getting to.
The Presley being his daughter, obviously, the obsession is there with the wife. So I wonder how it's all going to connect and dovetail into each other.
Yeah, and I almost wonder if there is going to be some sort of like code that's going to be needed at some point, or some sort of like something to crack, right? Whether it's through an audio aid or something like that, where she's
This
going
is
to know
Hound
it
Dog 1
immediately
to Hound Dog
and be
2?
sort of
Yeah,
the
some shit like
helper
that.
for Xavier.
I don't know. I know like 4 Elvis songs, if that.
Yeah, Jack's like, I'd be so out.
I do too, and like I wonder if Dan Fogelman is just an Elvis fan, because I'm like, black people hate
'Cause he
Elvis
stole so
for
much music from Chuck
several
Berry.
very obvious reasons. Like it kind of bothers me, the oversight of this a little bit, that like our main character is black and their whole thing is Elvis. I know that there's probably black folks out there that love Elvis, but if you are initiated, I'm just saying, I'm not here to cause like a let's cancel Paradise. Like I love this show. It's just a little, for me.
I don't
Just a
have a
little
dog in this fight. I don't like Elvis, and I'm not black, so
Wait,
I'm just
what?
kind of...
You're black in my heart. You're
Thanks.
This is
one
a
Oh my-
revelation.
for the
Let's
culture.
end the show right here. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Yeah.
did it.
Alfredo's part of the culture for me. Cough, next year, dog, you keep grinding and I'll send you your black card. You're
You're gonna have your
gotta
year
keep
breakout,
grinding.
man. You're gonna have your year 3 breakout.
me and the council are
Okay,
watching you,
cool.
big dog.
We saw how you were anti-Elvis. You're working your way.
Hashtag one of us.
I understand the struggle.
Cookout cough is coming.
Cookout cough. I want Cookout cough to be like Kirko Chains.
It's just his alter ego.
I'm buying.
this.
What's your birthday cough? You getting a
was
grill,
like-
dog?
You missed it. It was 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fucking dickhead.
It's all good.
We're doing a great job of selling why people should pay for the premium content right now.
You got to pay for premium to see Cook Off Cough. See,
Yeah.
I
There
just
we
did
go.
it. Boom.
Cough and a grill, episode 4. We'll be there. Okay, so the whole point of this episode was to eventually connect us to Xavier's, but we get to the ending of this where Link, and by the way, great reference to
Main character is Zelda.
Just, I was wondering if that's what it was going to be.
Fucking nerds. Love just where he's like the nerds
Oh, the main
outlast
character
the
is Zelda.
Joke
Yeah,
that I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
ignore.
No, it was great. I actually loved that, and I thought it was so funny because it's really the last taste of humanity where you can kind of see where, okay, there's some pop culture reference here to Link, but then doesn't know a single Elvis song, like not really aware of like any of the things she's talking about. She hasn't had that in so long. Like she's been around someone that has thought the same as her and then alone. It's just like these tiny little things that kind of brought her back to humanity, that even to the point where they're attracted to each other and she can't handle a hug. She can't, like they can't connect as humans anymore. That's why
Gen
this
Z.
episode fuck.
burn.
I'm sorry.
You seen the video going around of like what's the worst dressed Jen? And it's a bunch of kids like millennials. They try to dress like us.
We design your clothes, dickheads. Look, we run
Like-
the economy. Sorry. Let's not. We'll keep going. We got to stick on Paradise.
We got to get the thumbs up on these. But yeah, I just thought that was a great way to like kind of to show how the human connection has been. There's a thirst for a human connection, like not literally like a thirst for the sexual connection, but human connection there. That wasn't there. Just like differentiation, anything. It made me think back to Pluribus, where Carol just has like 30 days alone, and then this
3 years.
was like 2 years almost.
Yeah,
Alone.
that's a recipe for
We're not doing that
mental
again.
illness. If you're alone that long, you break like mentally.
I thought she was
Yeah,
way normal.
she was very normal considering how long she was
Yeah.
alone, which maybe speaks to her character because she did mention how life was pretty tough even before the world ended. So she's probably had to build up a really, really tough exterior and build an internal support system for herself. And that's how she survived this long alone. So just going back to her resiliency, like her being pregnant in the apocalypse is probably gonna be a cakewalk considering how tough she is. God damn.
I mean, she was smart. Did you see how quickly she just turns to Gale and she's like, get all of the non-refrigerated food, go down to the basement. She's releasing the horses. Like she's not one of these people that panicked under pressure. You can tell that she has that background in the medical field because when shit hits the fan, you just
calm.
act and think logistically. And that's exactly what she did. It's almost like this was the most normal thing for her, was to be under that kind of stress, which is
Did
kinda
either one
crazy.
of you guys see?
And there's no actual direct patient for trauma
Did
involved.
either one of you guys see Send Help, the new movie with Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams? It reminded me of
Yes.
Rachel McAdams' character,
Yes.
where it's like even though everything's going to hell, she's in her element and like she's kind of thriving, even though you wouldn't expect it. That's what it felt like this episode for me. It was like Annie got into a place where she was safe, comfortable, and she could just live out her life as she seemed fit. So I wonder if her getting reintroduced to a community is what's going to be the problem.
It feels a little bit like, I know, I'm sure had we done season 1, we'd make our comps to Fallout. It does feel a little bit like Fallout now, where she's getting out of her vault and going out into the world, and she's going to be meeting Xavier, her ghoul, someone who has been like just I'm being for real, man. Someone who has been
a
jaded
handsome
by
ghoul.
this world. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Still
he
got
is.
his nose and everything.
And then now, I mean, I'm sure at some point she's getting to other groups, maybe even the bunker. Like there's a lot out there.
And I think this is what why I got so frustrated, because a lot of my questions, like, this is my third bunker show. This is like the third thing that I've done, like the books, the Silo books. I talk about them all the time, and it's interesting seeing how all three are different within their own right. Because I'm just curious of the shitstorm that Xavier left. Because we got the psychologist the whole time talking about how it's like when you turn the lights on a ride, it's just never the same after you see the animatronics and everything going on behind it. And not only just that, they took out a leader. Everything that you could do to destabilize a country essentially happened back there. And now you have insurgents on the way. So I'm just far more interested in all that stuff, because like Sinatra's out, the world's weakest vice president of all time decided to switch tables ceremoniously. What's going on there when you give a little man a little kingdom? That's all that shit I am so interested in, because like Silo, the whole point of it is that things were built meticulously for control. And if the slightest thing happens, it'll topple it. And when you have all of that happening above ground and in your little fucking hole, or I guess technically it would be adjacent because you're just inside of a mountain. That's like, I need to see it. I need to see it, Dan Fogelman.
Yeah, like you said, I think one of the most interesting storylines I'm interested in is the vice president, now president, trying to take control of Paradise. And what does that look like? Is he a little fascist dictator? Is he actually a good leader? We don't know, because he was always the weak VP that was just like, shut up and sit in the corner. Like, you were here to be a figurehead and puppet head, and now you think you're in control. What does that look like? And not only that,
he's the interim head coach that gets loud at press conferences. But actually,
not only that, but he also has interference being run by Jeremy Bradford, who's going around by like, this is the truth. Look at the iPad.
Yeah, I mean, remember, we probably have like a little freedom fighters group that's being led by him inside. So they're going to have problems inside, problems outside.
Oh, and you had
I think the bigger question here is not only what's going to happen.
You have the librarian falling from the sky. Go. You have the librarian falling from the sky. Nobody knows what's going on with that except for Robinson.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
But imagine waking up. Imagine waking up. There's a dude.
How do you
there's
explain
a dude
that?
on your like splattered all over your roof because he fell from the sky. Like, what's?
Oh, look, a shooting star.
I did like the satellites. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, the things inside of Paradise are fucked. So I want to see more of that. So again, going back to what we first said, if they had switched the order of these episodes, I think it would have hit a little bit better.
What I think is going to be interesting is that we're talking about all these things that are so fucked and all these different factions and like where the danger could be coming from next. And honestly, I feel like it all just kind of leads back to Sinatra being right, where she's just saying like, hey, we have our world in here and this is where everyone is safest and happiest, because we're probably going to get to a point where we're going to have the paradise lost. Like the paradise will not exist anymore. What happens when the paradise is open to everyone? What happens with the people within that paradise who they're Shamu. They don't know how to survive out in the wild. They survive in their tank, and now you're going to potentially have them out in the wild or put other wild animals in the tank with them. They won't know how to survive anymore.
How are you supposed to run with the rules come night if you spend all day playing with the puppies?
Yeah. Bars. Cuff's like, I don't know.
You try your best. You try your best.
But you don't succeed. Shout out to Coldplay.
I will say, man, this show, something that they love to do with their music is take classic music, whether it's like 80s rock or Elvis in this case, and make it epic. And do like that thing. I was noticing that all throughout season 1. Did you guys catch that?
Oh yeah, like
everything was like a 70s, 80s, or 90s song that was slowed down like it was made for a trailer, and now they kind of did the same thing here with the Elvis music.
It's all the artist Rain that did all, like that's one artist who did all of season 1 on there. So all of them are remixes, like all of her top songs, all of them are basically from Paradise that are reduxes of classical music.
They do kind of the James Gunn thing where they're like, this song means something. We're gonna make it everything for this episode.
Which is smart. It gives you an emotional through line. So it's a smart storytelling technique.
It does. It does. Like this is a I think a well written show consistently. I think we kind of all agree this was a good episode, but maybe I don't know. We all agree, but we most of us believe it was a good episode, but probably the wrong timing. So I'm curious to see what episode 2 brings us. It's called Mayday, and this is where we've got Xavier unconscious on the ground. Annie comes across him. So I'm curious to see what we end up having there. Guys, we will be back again for episode 2 so we can break all that down and keep this thing going here through the first 3 episodes of Paradise. If you are enjoying this and you want to join us for episodes 4 all the way through the finale, make sure you are subscribed to the premium subscription for Unbinged. You can find that on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. That'll be out when we have episode 4 coming out, okay? That will be the following Monday, okay? Following Monday from this week. What day is that, guys? Anyone have a calendar in front of them? I probably should have written that down. Man, I'm really doing a good job of selling it. Okay, yes, that's going to be Monday, March 2nd. Monday, March 2nd is when episode 4 will be out, and that's where you'll be able to find all this on the premium subscription. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching or listening all the way through. Myself, for Jagger, We'll see you next time. Adios.